This is the video. I'm revealing it now. We're getting into it now. Where's the rest of the money? What it is, what it ain't, it's your girl Umbrella, and I am back with another video. As you can see by the title, we are getting into a brand new series. In this series, I'm going to be discussing a lot of the Black TV shows that either were canceled or just ended, but Black TV shows, a little BTS, a little behind the scenes, if you will. Behind the scenes of TV shows, Black TV shows specifically. I don't know why I feel like I can't say specific sometimes. Of syndicated Black TV shows that either were canceled suspiciously or are under fire now for a certain reason or whatever the case may be, okay? So we're going to dive deep into this series. I'm really excited because a lot of these TV shows are like my favorite TV shows to watch on TV, like, period, okay? So if you're ready, we're going to get right into it. Before we do that, make sure that you like, comment below, and then you subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, you'll be able to see my community. In my community, I already posted, I want to say either last week, I think I posted that I was going to be starting a new series. And that it will be revealed in a new video. This is the video. I'm revealing it now. We're getting into it now. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little while, so we're just going to get into it, okay? As you can see by the title, this first episode is The Parkers, so let's do it. Let's get into it. The Parkers aired August the 30th, 1999 to May 10th, 2004, okay? So it had 5 running seasons. If you've ever seen The Parkers, then you know that the most popular character is Miss Monique herself, the queen. Okay, no Monique slander will be necessary on this channel or period. Because if you've grown up watching The Parkers, like I grew up watching The Parkers, then there's no way you can slander Monique. Okay, period. What she says is law. Okay. Well, of course, Monique plays the character Nikki Parker, who is the mom of Kimberly Ann Parker, aka Kim, who is played by Countess Vaughn. Love her voice, period. Ken Lawson, he plays T. Yvette Wilson is Andale, rest in peace to Andale. Dorian Wilson is Professor Ogilvy, and Jenna Vaughn O is Stevie. I hope I said her name right. The TV show ran for 5 seasons, 3 years. It became a syndicated TV show. It was the most popular Black TV show, like on TV at the time. It was something that families could sit down and watch. It was a comedy based off of a mom who was played by Monique. She had a dream of going back to college. Her dreams were put on hold when she had her daughter Kim, played by Countess Vaughn, as a young teen. She had her baby as a teenager, so now that she was older, you know, in her 30s, she wanted to go back to school. So ironically, it's at the same time that Kim is old enough to, of course, go to college. So they go to college together at a community college, Santa Monica College to be specific. They go to school, and it is literally like the funniest show. It's a comedy, like throughout, a comedy based off of their struggle of having their mother-daughter relationship while they're also in school and living together, in and out of, you know, little relationships and friendships and stuff like that. So it's really a treat, and it's hilarious. Like, it is a funny show. And a lot of the characters, they have a common theme of like finding love. Also, a huge plot in this show is that Monique, aka Nikki Parker, she falls in love with Professor Ogilvy, who is a teacher at the school, and she makes it her mission to make him her man, okay? Like, that's her man, okay? She wants everyone to know it, so she stops at nothing at ruining his dates and all types of things, and professing her love to him every episode, and it's hilarious. And then at the end of the season, he actually becomes her husband. They get married, so that's like a wonderful ending to a show, because she was persistent. Okay, a lot of people would have just gave up in the beginning. Before like the Parkers was even a thing, there was a show called Moesha, and Countess Vaughn was on Moesha, and she was a very vital character on that show. And that's when she really started to get popping, was on Moesha. And not only that, but Monique was on Moesha as well. She made a few guest star appearances, and after that they decided to do a spinoff of Moesha, and they decided to do the Parkers. That was where the idea for the Parkers came to be, was because of Moesha in 1995. Okay, so Countess Vaughn, she got discovered initially as a little girl on Star Search, and then she was on 227, and then she became a character on Moesha, and then moved to the spinoff that we know as the Parkers. And Monique was already a comedian, syndicated, and she made guest star appearances on Moesha, and then she ended up being the main star of the Parkers. This show, just before I get into more details, this show was very, very important for the Black community, because it mimicked a household like some of our households, in that it mimicked a single mother, you know, trying to still raise her daughter after she gets older, you know what I'm saying, and keeping her daughter close. But it also teaches us lessons throughout the episodes about togetherness, and about communication, and about education for the most part. How important education is for Black women and men. That's really a lesson in this show, and it mimicked a type of relationship between mother and daughter that is real, and so real to the point of, you know, talking about sex, and talking about life, and talking about, you know, grown-up things. It is truly a great show to watch, to see a woman, you know, dedicate so much of her life to having her kid at a young age, and then finally get to do something for herself, and doing it with her daughter makes it even more special. So overall, this was a great TV show for that, because it has so many lessons about love, and picking the right partner, and friends, and, you know, relationships with friends, and it just being up and down, and, you know, trusting each other, and trust. And it's a really good show. On top of the fact that it was funny, they did dive into really deep topics and a lot of racial issues. And it was just great for culture. If you want to just go there, like, the show was just great for culture. It was Black people on TV that was, I mean, Nikki could have been your mom, your aunt, somebody, your grandma, somebody that you saw often in your household, that was, you know, telling you what to do, telling you what not to do, telling you how to do something, and, you know, saying it in a very, like, blunt but meaningful way, so that you did it correctly. Very strong, you know. So it was just very relatable. It's very relatable TV, and everybody needs relatable TV. Every community, and, you know, in our society, you know, for the longest time, it's been European based, you know. So you see white people on TV all the time, in every single aspect of every single type of TV show. But, you know, as far as Black people, we had to, in the very beginning, we had to make fun of ourselves to get on TV, you know. And now it's like, as shows like this develop, we get to control what we think is funny, not us trying to make ourselves the bid to be the joke. Like, now we get to control the narrative of what's funny to us and what's funny to our community. So I think that that's a really important part of why this show is so important and significant. Okay, so I did watch a Dorian Wilson interview, and that's Mr. Professor Ogilvy, okay? And he did a interview on Radio 1 Digital, and when talking about the cast, he said he talked to them all the time. I mean, these were people that he saw more than his own family. And he explained that they would shoot the show Monday through Thursday. So they would have Friday through Sunday off, and then they would come back and kind of converse and talk to each other about how their families was doing or whatever. So they had that luxury of like having the weekend off and then just working 4 days, and how much fun it was. And, you know, an interesting thing about, you know, Miss Monique is that, you know, she stands up for herself and she stands up for what's right. And unfortunately, you know, in the industry, being black and being a black woman, you get taken advantage of and you get treated unfairly and you get manipulated, if you will, and you get told that you're doing too much, or you know, you need to just accept what you can get. And she's not like that. You know, like a lot of black women, we're not like that. So she's very much a real representation of who we are. She's gotten a lot of hard, you know, criticism for being that way. And Dorian himself said he never experienced anything like that. When the interviewer asked about, you know, what's going on in tabloids about Monique being hard to work with, he said he never experienced anything like that. And he also went on to say that women of color often get called a bitch or hard to work with when they're speaking their mind. And that's facts. We often get called these derogatory names when we're sticking up for each other and ourselves. And and I watched that Steve Harvey interview with Monique over again, and it was just horrible. I mean, nothing he was saying was really making any sense. And it was just like, it was just giving coon. Like, if I'm being real, it was just giving, like, coon. Like, if you say you my brother, like, you could have called me and gave me a heads up, but you went on the radio and basically said, nah, she on her own. I don't got nothing to do with that. I tried to help her, but I can't do it no more. Like, I didn't know that. You feel me? So, I don't like that. I don't like anything that he said, and especially when he went on to talk about, like, this is a money game, and, like, money is the only important thing. Because what about my integrity? What about what I stand for? Like, no. Moving forward to Monique's viral video with Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay interview, where the part in the interview where she talks about the Parkers specifically was highlighted in my head. And she went on to say that they made $55,000 at the end of the last season. That was really alarming to me, especially when she talked about the show getting syndicated in the 3 years, and that it after the syndication, or in 2009, the Parkers made over $800 million, and that's just 2009. So by now, it's like billions of dollars is what the show should be worth, and they only made $55,000 on the last season. And if I'm remembering it correctly, $5,000 an episode. That means that after the last season, they only got $1,210,000, and that's like not even a fraction. If the show was worth $800 million, and they're only getting $1 million, like, and the show only cost. She said that the show only cost $65 million to make. So where's the rest of the money? Where's the rest of the money? Where is it? I mean, the $65 million is including the staff, is everything, the set, everything. If it costs that much to make the show, and all of that is paid for, and they get $55,000 an episode, and it was 22 episodes, and they got $1 million each. Where's the rest of the money? It's worth billions of dollars. Where's the rest of the money? And it's still like on TV. Like the reruns are still playing. It costs to get space for shows to be put on TV. It costs. It costs a lot to just get like an ad on TV, because TV shows and commercials are broken down into 7 minutes. So it costs. If you want 30 seconds of a 7-minute slot, like that costs money. As an ad, like that costs. So where's the rest of the money? And why haven't they received their money and their royalties for the show? That's ridiculous. And something's going on. It's some type of scams that's going on, and it's some type of really shady things that's going on with these production companies and these higher ups and these execs. They are doing some shady shit, and that's really why I wanted to do like this series, because I feel like it's common with a lot of these TV shows. It's very common. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of this series. Make sure that you plug in and you comment down below your favorite episode of the Parkers. I'll comment mine down below too, because I can't think of it. I don't even know. I don't know. I gotta really think about it. But comment down your favorite episode of Parkers and why you think the Parkers is a great TV show, okay? Make sure you guys tap in with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.